The iPhone 16 launch is happening later this year, but one big change that is coming to the iPhone is new AI features, including some AI camera news to enhance photos, like you can see here live on an iPhone 15 Pro Max, what I want to cover over today, and also what the state of Apple is with AI with iOS 18 too, and of course we'll go over the iPhone 16 Pro Max release date and price details as well. So, I don't know about you, but I'm super excited that in around 9 months time from now, we will have the new iPhone 16, 16 Plus, 16 Pro, 16 Pro Max, and even that possibility of a new iPhone Ultra Model 2. Today, I want to talk about AI, everything to do with AI for the iPhone models. And one of the most important things that probably a lot of people are wondering about is AI with photography for the iPhone. Well, the great news is we might be getting some AI enhancements there with zoom capability. For the iPhone 15 Pro Max, we got some great camera upgrades for the zoom capability at last, but it looks like the iPhone 16 Pro Normal will also be getting some love too, and that Apple will be sharing that Tetra Prism zoom to both models this time round. Now, something that may also go along with this is Apple may redesign the camera sensor and the lens with the more powerful neural engine what's going to go inside that A18 Pro to provide even better photos and videos with the ability to zoom up to say 50 times capability. With using AI, as you can see here, even in the third-party app, when I zoom in here on Mickey's clock here on an iPhone 15 Pro Max with the A17 Pro and using a third-party app to enhance the actual image, you can see that I'm getting some great looking pictures. And using this, Apple may be able to apply this into their zoom capability and then also provide us some great zoom abilities. Just to let you know, this Mickey picture here was taken at an 18 times zoom, and look how well this third-party app is working with that. To confirm that we're definitely going to be getting some AI features, we've had a leak here from Mark Gurman. Have a look here. Mark says that Apple is reportedly working on revamped interactions between Siri and the Messages app and loads of other apps too, enabling users to field complex questions and auto-complete sentences more effectively. We also can probably see like auto-generated music playlists, and also we might get integrations with Pages and Keynotes. So for example, we may get AI assisted writing. You might be able to just put some bullet points down and it'll create everything for you. Or we also may get some deck creations in Keynote as well. Siri essentially will become Apple's new ChatGPT based system. Now, this sounds really exciting for iOS 18, but how do we know we're going to get some AI exclusive features for the iPhone 16 models? Well, we've had another report in telling us that Apple plan to make AI exclusive features just for the iPhone 16 models. It's still likely that older iPhones will get some AI features too, but with that, we're probably going to be getting more exclusive ones coming for the iPhone 16, probably more towards sort of the camera-based systems and things like this, what I already spoke about. So for example, we actually had this with Google with their Pixel range, and also recently Samsung with the S24 Ultra, what I recently reviewed on this channel. As you saw, we had AI exclusive features just for the S24, but Samsung do plan on rolling out other features to older Samsung Galaxy phones in updates in the future. For my thoughts, I think it's about time that Apple start introducing some AI features more for all of their sort of Apple gear, and I'm really looking forward to seeing this. I think iOS 18, when it comes out in the summer, or at least announced in the summer, will kind of give us that sort of spread over more integrated iOS sort of apps. I think Mark Gurman already mentioned this, where we're going to see it like in Messages, we're going to see it in Music, Keynote, you know, all of those kind of sort of core sort of iOS apps, but Apple will probably keep exclusive features of AI, and I think mainly to do with photography and videos for the iPhone 16 range. And I do personally believe that they'll build on that when we get the announcement later on in the year for the iPhone 16 models.
And with that, before I continue on, now is a good time more than ever to mention that all leaks and reports that you see here are not 100% proof that they will come true with the new iPhone. I can only present you what reports or information and renders that are out there. So basically, the renders that are being created here are based off those sort of leaks and reports that you are seeing out there. So the final iPhone may not look like this. However, if you are still watching this video, then you're as curious as I am in knowing what is being said about the next iPhone anyway.
So then guys, what I just want to quickly talk to you about is the channel giveaway, what is happening on this channel right now. So I'm going to be giving away this. This here is a MacBook Air M2, and it's not just any ordinary MacBook Air M2. In fact, it has some great upgrades. I'm just looking at the specs here. It's actually got 512 gigabytes storage inside of it, and also at the same time, it's been upgraded with 16 gigabytes of RAM, because as you know, in 2024, 8 gigabytes of RAM is not enough. And if you want to get your hands on this spec'd up MacBook Air, all you need to do is write down in the comments below of what Apple gear, what technology gear you're planning to get in 2024 to enter into this giveaway. And also at the same time as well, it's an international giveaway. Make sure if you are brand new here that you subscribe to this channel and hit that notification bell, because I'll be announcing when a live stream is going to be happening to reveal who the winner is of this MacBook Air, and you won't want to miss out on that. So make sure you do that right now. Now again, I'm going to have to say this, sadly there's still loads of scammers, spammers, people impersonating me, telling you to WhatsApp them, Telegram them, all sorts of things like this, and telling you to pay for shipping. This is not me. I'll be paying for shipping on this international giveaway. So please do ignore them, or better still, as you can see here, please do report them. And with that over, let's now talk about the release date.
Now, for release date, as it's so early, we cannot fully predict the exact date of when it will be for the iPhone 16 Ultra. However, one thing we can be sure of, just like the iPhone 15, where we actually had the Wonderlust event actually happening in September time, it is most likely it's going to be exactly the same for the iPhone 16, just like it was for the iPhone 14, the 13 and the 12 as well. Normally all of these events happen around September time unless something really big is happening in the world to prevent it from happening, just like in 2020 with COVID-19. But without this then, generally speaking, Apple like to do their event around about mid-September time or the earlier sort of mid-September time, and then normally release their sort of iPhones around about 10 days later. So at the moment, predict that it'll probably be around about sort of mid-September, and then probably a week later, so in the early sort of 20s of the sort of September time, that you'll be able to get your hands on the brand new iPhone 16 models. But of course, as we get even closer to the actual release date, I'm sure more details will come in of the actual date of when it's going to be happening, and of course I will let you know when the exact date is going to be.
So next of all, let's talk about the price. Now, this is something what's been a bit controversial over the years, where we've having that Apple keep increasing their prices of their products, especially like with their iPhones. Well, I think that depends on where you are in the world. So in fact, if you've been living in America all this time, the iPhone 15, the iPhone 14, the iPhone 13, 12, 11 has actually always been the same price throughout the years. The actual price has never actually changed, even though inflation's happened, and especially in the last year, inflation's gone through the roof. Apple have actually managed to keep the prices the same, and this has been the same for the actual Pro Series 2, except for maybe the Pro Max, where they actually stopped making the 128 gigabyte model, but they made the 256 gigabyte model, but that was the same price as the 14 Pro Max and also the 13 Pro Max, for example. So really, it hasn't really changed. It was just they got rid of the starting model. But one thing that I would also like to add into this is the likes of the Galaxy S24 Ultra. Now, we did see a price increase this year by about $100 more for it. And I think that Apple, you know, they've kept their prices the same in the US dollars for the same for multiple years, and it might be the first time it might go up by about $100 or so on, say, a Pro model, and maybe by about $50 on the normal models. Now, I know all of you are going to whinge and say that's unacceptable, it's not good, but like I said, the cost of living has gone up, and Apple do have to make the same amount of profit for their iPhone. So it's probably going to happen. Now, unfortunately, it does mean if you don't just live in the US like me, I live in the UK, or if you live in Europe or any other parts of the world, it does also mean that depending on how your currency is reflected against the US dollars and also import fees and things like this, it could mean that it could cost more for you or could cost less. It depends on how your currency weighs up to the US dollars and also on taxes and everything like that. At the end of the day, Apple have to make this exact same amount of profit for every iPhone they sell, no matter where it is in the world right now. So that's what they have to do there. But with that, guys, it's time to also wrap up this video. So if you have enjoyed watching it, please do press the like button and also make sure you subscribe to this channel because you will hear the latest on Apple news, reviews, and comparisons. And with that as well, guys, I'll see you really soon. Take care. Bye-bye.